I'm back, and this is what to expect when planning a kitchen renovation. Are you someone who likes to be well prepared when taking on a task? I mean, if you're not, then if you're planning a kitchen renovation, you need to be. If you plan a kitchen renovation ahead of time, it can save you a lot of money and headache at the end. Because if you don't plan ahead, you could have some very expensive mistakes to fix later on. In this video, I'll be going over planning, pricing, lead times, and the build schedule. Those are the main areas that I think most people want to know about. It's usually what customers ask me first time they come in to see me in my showroom, so I thought I'd share them all with you today. Okay, so let's start with pricing, because this is, of course, a very big factor. Where you buy your kitchen from and how big it is can really affect the price of your kitchen. For example, an IKEA or a B&Q kitchen is going to be considerably less than a bespoke German kitchen. The kitchens that I sell is a brand called Pronom. So Pronom are a luxury German manufacturer, and we design bespoke kitchens here at Finchley Kitchens. So there are other brands as well, like Pole, if you wanted to go another level up in terms of German bespoke kitchens. Okay, so let's talk about numbers. I'm going to tell you what a kitchen can roughly start at, because of course, depending on the finishes and the worktop and the appliances, the cost of a kitchen can rise exponentially. So I can't tell you the exact amount a kitchen is going to cost, but I can tell you the rough starting prices for different brands. I'm going to start at the lower end. IKEA or a B&Q kitchen, they would start around £3,000. And this is for a small kitchen. Of course, this is considerably less than what I sell with our Pronom kitchens, but again, it's a completely different product, so you can't really compare like for like. But again, there is a certain use case for each type of kitchen. This may not be your forever home, so you may not be needing a bespoke kitchen. This may be for a rental property. This may be your first home, so your budget is not as big, which is completely understandable. So there's definitely a need, I think, for each price group of kitchen. So let's move on to a Pronom kitchen. This is a luxury German kitchen manufacturer. Our kitchens start at £25,000 for a small kitchen, but this does include the kitchen furniture, the worktop, appliances, sink and tap, and installation. So it's everything all together, not just the kitchen units. And then the next price group, which is the highest price group that we'll be talking about today, and that is a Pole kitchen. So this is kind of the highest end of the German market. There's lots of German kitchens, so the price scale can vary quite a bit, but Pole is usually at the top, and the price of a Pole kitchen starts at around £50,000. So depending on, again, your budget and the needs of your kitchen, you would pick accordingly. Of course, there are other brands that fit in the middle of all of these, but I just thought I'd give you an overall benchmark. Okay, so next is lead times, and this is how long does it take for the kitchen to actually reach you once you've placed the order and paid for the kitchen. So depending on the type of kitchen that you buy, it can take longer or shorter. For example, if you were to buy a standard product kitchen, so a non-bespoke kitchen, the lead times are usually about 4 weeks, because their units are usually already made, they're standard sizes, they don't take long to be shipped out, and yeah, they're usually coming from within the UK. So 4 weeks is usually the fastest. And then when you get to more bespoke kitchens, the lead times usually go up to about 5 to 10 weeks, depending on the size of the kitchen, the finishes. There are certain door finishes that I offer that are a more natural material that have longer lead times, say about 10 weeks, whereas a lacquered door can take anything from about 5 weeks. So again, it just depends on the finishes and whether you're buying a bespoke kitchen or not. So if you like the points I've made so far in this video, please give this video a like. It really helps me out, and I'll just get straight back to the video. Okay, so how do you actually plan for your kitchen renovation? It's not just the build and what you're going to buy and all the finishes. You need to start thinking about how you actually use your current kitchen. If your new kitchen is going to be in the same space as your current one, so it's going in the same size room, maybe have a look and see what parts of your kitchen do you really like, which parts of your kitchen could be improved on, what functions of your kitchen work well for your family. What do you want to keep? What do you want to replace? For example, if you have a very large fridge in your kitchen or multiple fridges and you know that you need to keep that amount of fridge storage, then write that down. If you have corner units that are kind of shelved and just things get lost back there, maybe you need to think about a more efficient corner storage unit. If you have a very small sink and you struggle to wash your dishes and maybe you need a larger one, write that down as well. In regards to planning, writing down what you use in your kitchen and what you need to improve in your kitchen is the first step. Write everything down because it really does help your kitchen designer when you go to see them if you have a concise list of things you really want and the things that you really don't want. And then the next step is to hire an architect. So you need to have scaled drawings of your space. This is just really helpful for any of the tradespeople that you'll be contacting because everybody will need to know the size of your space and accurate measurements. You could try to measure them yourself, which sometimes I found clients do this very well and sometimes they do not. Usually it's the latter. So just make it a lot easier for yourself and hire an architect to give you some scaled drawings, which means that when you go to a kitchen designer, a bathroom designer, an interior designer, they know the exact size of your space and they can quote you accurately. I have so many clients that say, oh, on this wall we have this, and then it comes around to this, and then on this wall we've got a sink, and it's in their head, obviously it makes sense, but to me, I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on here. So architect's drawings are the best option. If you don't have architect's drawings because say you're not getting an extension or it's just too costly, then I would suggest to watch a video on how to measure your room accurately and then draw out your room and then send that to your kitchen designer. Okay, now we're going to talk about the build schedule. So what order does everything happen? First, you're going to see your architect and get some architect's drawings. You may be extending, so you may need to then submit those drawings for planning permission. Once that's approved, you then have your exact space that we can now furnish. Of course, sometimes there are changes that are made once builders actually start building, but of course whoever you hire to install your kitchen should always measure the real space once kind of the walls go up and all the windows and everything. You've got your architect's drawings or you've measured your room very accurately. Now we can go and see some kitchen designers. So you're going to take your architect's drawings and your list of your wants and your don't wants and we are going to design a space that's perfect for you. Of course, if you come to see me, that would be great, but my showroom is in North London, and if you're not close to me, completely understand, not gonna hold it against you if you don't come to me. Get your kitchen designer to design a space that works for you and your family, and then you'll know exactly where your sink is gonna go, your dishwasher, your fridge, your ovens, because this is something that your plumber and electrician and your builder need to know so they can put the power in the right places. From your kitchen designer, you should be able to get a plumbing and an electrical drawing from them, which they can then supply to your builder, so everything is going in the right places. So then your plumber and your electrician will do their first fix. The floor will be laid. I always suggest if you're going to have tiles in your kitchen, definitely have underfloor heating because it gets really cold if you live in the UK and you have tiles in your kitchen. So yeah, flooring goes in, then you can install your kitchen. I would always suggest to put your flooring in before your kitchen. The flooring goes all the way underneath all of the units. It also means that there's less likely that your kitchen is going to get damaged if you have the kitchen in and then more tradespeople come in and start doing the flooring around the kitchen. If you're installing a bespoke kitchen, I would definitely suggest to hire a kitchen fitter who has experience fitting that brand of kitchen that you have purchased, just because if you're going to spend so much money on a kitchen, you really don't want it to get ruined right at the end. You don't want someone who doesn't have experience installing a luxury or bespoke kitchen to then just ruin the kitchen right at the end. I'm not saying they will ruin it, but you just want everything to be perfect. So I would definitely suggest to hire someone who has experience in installing that exact brand of kitchen. We only work with a few kitchen fitters that we know and trust and can do the job very well to a very high standard, which means all of our clients are happy with the end result of their kitchen. Okay, so now your first fix is done, your flooring is in, your kitchen is in. What happens next? Well, now you need to put your worktop in. Next, a fabricator will come and take a template of exactly where the stone is going to go. They usually take about a week to a week and a half to come back and actually install the stone, because they have to go away and cut the stone to your exact measurements. Once they come in and install the stone, your kitchen is almost ready. Now that we have the worktop in, if we have any additional units that need to sit on top of the worktop, the kitchen fitter will come back and install those. And we are now at the home stretch, so everything is in. Your electrician and your plumber will just need to come back and connect everything up, like your dishwasher, if your dishwasher, your fridge, you've got washing machine, your hot tap, your sink, and then your electrician just needs to come in and connect up all your appliances and your lighting. And finally, your kitchen fitter may come back just to do some small adjustments, and your kitchen is complete. So depending on the size of your kitchen, this can take anything from 2 weeks to 3 weeks to 4 weeks. For a medium-sized kitchen, our projects take about 2 weeks, but you don't actually have tradespeople in your home that whole time, because about a week of that is just your stone being cut. So you usually have people in your house for about 5 to 6 days of the 2 weeks. Of course, if you're having a kitchen and a utility, it takes a little bit longer. If you have a very large space, it takes a little bit longer. Definitely ask your kitchen supplier for a build schedule so you know exactly when each stage is happening. So here at Finchley Kitchens, we try to make the amount of time that you are without a kitchen as short as possible, because we know that if you're living in the house at the same time, that's a lot of meals for you to be eating out or just having kind of like microwave meals. So we try to make everything happen in the shortest amount of time as possible to make things easier for you, and so you can get back to your day-to-day life. Thanks for watching to the end of this video, and as a little reward for you guys, I have left a discount code for my 100 kitchen questions, which is another great tool which you guys should have when you're planning your kitchen renovation.